I'm Tim Deeks. Welcome to the pathway to homelessness. How many times have you walked past some of the most vulnerable in the community and wondered what events in their life have caused them to fall into hardship? Who's to say if you or I would have been any different if we would have faced similar circumstances? At the end of the day, we are all human and we all have a pathway. So let's start walking.
So, obvious one. What's your name?
My name is Dominiqua, and currently I am homeless.
Where were you born?
I was born in New South Wales, Camden.
Yeah. And what was that upbringing like?
Oh, that was terrible. I was brought into a family that obviously I think my mum might have had a bad experience in her life, which jeopardized mine and my sister's life because she didn't want the girls. So we were raised in DHS's care and my mum kept the boys.
When was the last time you spoke to your mum?
When I was 19, I did not like the way that I felt, so we were better off distant relatives.
Is your mum still with us?
She's still alive, but she doesn't go out of her way or care about me, so she doesn't know where I am or what I do.
And your brothers and do you have brothers and sisters?
There's no bond there, so basically I'm alone.
Yeah.
It gets lonely, but at least I don't have to look after anyone, just myself.
Do you know what they're doing? Do you know what?
No.
Yeah. And how long have you been homeless?
I've been battling with homelessness for, honestly, about the last 4 years, but that's been on the streets, in motels, in boarding houses, in share accommodations, in churches. I've practically gone, yeah. I've experienced a whole lot in the last 4 years.
And what have been some of your experiences? What were those early experiences like?
That was
Living on the
scary,
street? Yeah.
very scary. I'm sorry, but doesn't do what I do and sit down and beg for food. I won't eat at the shelters only because I don't want to interact with the other people, but I'm real particular about if I don't see my food being made, I can't eat it. And if it smells funny, then my head convinces myself it's no good. So I'm practically, if it's in a package, I'll eat it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I've got some real bad trust issues. I've had them for a very long time.
It begs the question, what's your relationship with some of the other people that are in a similar situation?
Not the best. I don't interact with them because I don't want to get caught up in their lifestyle or their situation. As a human being, we have, I don't know, we empathize in similar situations. So I feel for the other homeless people. I feel more for our elderly and more for our teenagers. The mid people, I'm not too concerned about because it's like a midlife crisis. That's how I'm seeing this. It's my midlife crisis. I'm hoping to get some common ground and a house soon. But I know there's that many people on the streets, in their cars, in tents, in squats, couch surfing. There's so many. I've met a whole pile of variety of homeless people, not just the ones that sleep out on the streets. Like, I'm not the one that sleeps out on the street. I go under bridges and stuff, only because I've been hurt and I've had some bad experiences on the streets where I've woken up to males trying to pull my pants down and try and jump in my bed. So yeah, it's a bit scary for a female on the streets.
Is there a lot of other females you see on the street, and do you see it rising or decreasing?
No, I see it rising.
Why do you think that is?
I'm really not quite sure. For the simple fact that I know that Launch has built a couple of high rises and apartments, but they're picky about who they put in there. And I'm not quite sure if they want to take a chance on people on the street, because we get misjudged. We really do. Like, I get called so many names, and people don't understand, like, my situation has gone from good, bad, good, bad. Like, at one stage I was in, never again, that place. Sorry guys, don't ever go there. That place is a waste of time. It's a beautiful place run by cockroaches, run by landlord that doesn't care. Yeah, no, like, seriously, you've got people knocking on your door at 2, 3 in the morning, people breaking into your room, taking your stuff. You basically open the door and you run to your room and close it and hope for the best. And then you're sitting in there so paranoid and scared. My mental health deteriorated so bad in there. So I left there to go to if they could put me somewhere else. And by the time I got back, all my stuff was out the front and they give my room away.
Wow. What's your relationship with the police?
I don't get in trouble with the police. I'm a really good girl. Sorry, but you have to own your responsibilities. I like to fly under the radar instead of over the radar. They do know about me. They've put in heaps of referrals for me. I exhausted all their services only to find out that it's a waste of their time. It doesn't do much for us. They can put us in a room for 2 nights. That's if something bad happens. And they can do referrals for housing. I've got referrals from doctors, psychiatrists, counsellors, you name it, and I've got them in there, but I'm just a piece of paper on a file waiting for my turn. There are that many homeless people that, older people, they're our main people that get houses, because I'm not quite sure if you knew, but about 3, 4 years ago, there was a guy in St Kilda who woke up dead in on Fitzroy Street. There was a Bacchus there, and he used to sleep there, and it was closed over the weekend. And when they came in on Monday, they sort of kicked him and he didn't move. And they kicked him again and he didn't move. So they've gone down to shake him. He was stiff. They rang the police. They found out he'd died overnight. I was there for that. That was scary. Yeah, it was full on.
What do you want your future to be?
Wow, I see my future, but I can't seem to get a hold of it. Like, I'm a mum and I've got 3 beautiful kids that are missing out on having me in their life at the moment, because I'm struggling trying to get on my feet. If it's not housing, it's Centrelink. And if it's not Centrelink, it's the companies that you go to. You're fighting a battle of 2 steps ahead, 10 steps back. That's how it feels.
What makes you happy?
Conversation. I believe the conversation lightens your spirit and it lightens your situation. You actually feel relatively normal, whatever that is. You feel a part of society when someone treats you as an equal, not as a bug on the street or someone who's lost their way. Like, I understand there's a variety of homeless. They're all different homeless people. You've got your homeless that have been in domestic violent relationships. You've got your homeless that have lost everything due to drugs and alcohol. You've got your homeless that have broken families and don't feel like they need anything, so they go to the streets because they don't think they deserve anything better. You've got homeless people that have had everything and then gone, you know what, I don't want none of this, and walk away from it. So you've got a variety of people, and then you've got people that have tried so hard that they've given up on their life and they accept that this is normal when it's not. I believe that there's a bigger crisis in Victoria than New South Wales and Queensland. I've been homeless in New South Wales and I was housed within 6 months, and I've been homeless up in Queensland and I was housed within 3 months. But they had different services up there than they do down here. practically you're fighting the council to keep all your belongings. You can't put them up the tree. You can't hide them anywhere. If it's not the council taking it, it's the homeless taking it. So you're constantly trying to maintain blankets, trying to maintain your clothes, trying to maintain warmth. And it makes it hard. It makes it a struggle. And then to have people put you down that don't know you, that hurts. And that it makes an impact in your life, because if you get told something so many times, you start to think, hey, hang on, what is it about me that's giving that out? And it's nothing to do with who you are, it's what they've seen. And they think, hey, she's just like them. They don't give you a chance for being you. You just marked as another homeless person lost on the streets. And yeah, like, I believe that we all have a reason, and we all go through experiences to make us bigger, brighter, and more beautiful for this world. And this one's going to make me stronger when I come out on top, because I'll be able to look back at these documentaries and go, hey, yeah, I was there once, but be proud enough to say, look, this is where I am now. And yeah, I went through that battle, and maybe I can be an inspiration to other people out there who are struggling and thinking, you know what, this is all I deserve. No, we deserve better as people. And there should be something in play where if a homeless person's been on the street for 2 to 6 to 5 or 10, whatever years, they should have a worker to get them into how to maintain a house again. Because going from the streets, leaving your rubbish, you know, not having to clean up, not having to look after yourself, not having to do the normal things that you do in a home, it's really hard. Like, I know people that have had houses and they've walked away from them, and I go, wow, hang on, why wasn't that me? And then it scares me. Would I turn out like that person because I've been on the streets, you know, on and off for that long? But I guess it comes down to your mental health and your mentality of who you want to be in the future. So it comes down to how your experience is on the streets, I guess.
When you close your eyes and you have reflection, what would you have changed along your pathway?
Moving down here. I moved down here for a chance, for a dream.
What
And
was
I
that
was
dream?
lied to.
What was the dream?
That my relationship was going to be better, that we were going to be a happy family, that I didn't have family, he had family, and they'd accept me as part of their family. And I moved to Morwell. I was there for about 4, maybe 5 years, and I was driven down to the ground to the point where I become so suicidal that I had to leave. I walked in, I asked DHS to take my children. That broke my heart. And then I come to the streets.
When was the last time you spoke to your children?
It's been a while. I used to see them every Wednesday, every Friday, and I've done that for a year, and then I cut them off. I felt that they were better off without me because of the situation I'm in. That they wouldn't be proud of a mother on the streets.
What would you say to them?
I'm sorry I let them down. I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough. And don't give up on me, because I'll be coming.
I've got no doubt. I can see it in your eyes.
Just don't know when. But I'll be coming. They deserve what I didn't have. And I've got the power in me to change everything as long as I can get a chance. Just one chance.
Can I ask you, what is your relationship with the general public? How do they treat you?
They're mean. They can be nasty. But I don't hate them for it. I'm not angry at them for it. It hurts me. because any one of them can be in the same situation as I am. Mate, I was paying my rent, and that's not the reason I lost my house. I couldn't afford my house anymore. I had no choice. I had to walk away from it. They took it off me because I couldn't afford it. I was paying $220 a week. That's $440 a fortnight, and I practically couldn't survive on that. Plus going visitations, it was all adding up, and I was left with nothing in my house. I wasn't eating. I wasn't looking after myself. I started to get really depressed, and I thought, hang on, man, I need to go into a refuge. I went into the refuge. They were all women that had been beaten up, black eyes. That wasn't me. I wasn't in that situation. I felt like I was taking advantage of them. I felt like I was taking advantage of them and what they provided to women that have gone through domestic violence situations. Mine was more mental and more degrading than physical. So I left and I came down here. I was linked up to Launch. They're awesome to a point. They're that flooded with people, it's not funny. And then you've got people that have had bad experience, so they're misjudged.
What job would you like to do in the future?
I've had experience in 3 jobs. One makes me happy because I'm a loud, proud, confident person. I'm big, bold, and beautiful. Like it, lump it or leave it. I am what I am. Can't be what you want me to be. But if I had my chance, I'd work in carnivals.
Carnivals.
Yeah. I'm a very loud person. I'm a chatterbox. I tell people, you can put me underwater and I'd still be blowing bubbles, mate. we were born different. You came head and I came mouth. When my head come out, they said, put me back up there. Nah. But yeah, no, it's either carnivals or counselling. I've got doubt in counselling because I'm in my mid-30s and I know that it's achievable. I just don't know when I'll be able to achieve it. It's always been a goal because when I was growing up, I never felt good enough for this world. I was a beautiful person once. I don't believe I still am. I feel like I'm drowning inside, but shining on the outside. Fake it to make it. That's all what we do, yeah? So, yeah, I don't judge these people the way they judge me because one hiccup and they can be exactly where I am. They don't understand. I didn't until I was here. But yeah, counselling or carnivals. Yeah. I think of carnivals, I think of fun. I think of counselling, I think of kids. Both fun. Sorry, they are. Kids, they're awesome. Like, I'm sorry, but for every bad person that walks past me every good person with bad qualities within them from, I don't know, experiences that they've had, he sleeps up there. Sorry, that's why he keeps walking past. But I don't blame him for the simple fact that if we didn't have judgment, then we wouldn't have individuality, would we?
I agree. What would be your final message to people who are watching this?
Please get to know people, yeah. We all come from different walks of life. We all have mistakes. We all fall, we all get back up. It's how we get back up that matters, yeah? And if you give us some inspiration and not call us nasty names, maybe we might try harder instead of just laying around feeling sorry for ourselves.
Hey Tim, how do you reckon that went?
When she spoke about her children, that was the toughest point for me. When she was talking about how she just didn't want them to even know she was on the street, so she cut off communication. I can't imagine how hard that choice must have been. It's just that level of shame. You know, we're all insecure about certain things, but that just broke my heart. I don't know about you, but I do feel like she wants to get better. She wants to get off the street. Like, she genuinely wants to get her leg up, but she just feels like she's taking one step forward and two steps back. I think that's very relatable, and we'll help her 100%.